today's Galley Diaries, we are going to cover breakfast and bread. So we're going to show you what breakfast is like when we have guests on board. It varies according to guest preferences. Sometimes it's completely buffet, continental style. Other people like to order what they want to eat. So you'll see all that happening. And then bread. So we make all our bread on board. Sourdough, focaccia, flatbreads, burger buns, hot dog buns. So I'm going to show you some of the bread making that happens on board. Okay, morning routines. Sorry, it's still early. Still waking up. Come in, turn the oven on. Tilly comes in. I knew you were going to come in soon. Tilly comes in and we get cracking on breakfast. I start making my sourdough. We start prepping for Becky. I send off my menus to the chief stew so she can print them. Fresh bread, which is either a sourdough or maybe a focaccia or a flatbread, depending on the day. We have sourdoughs on the go pretty much all the time. This is yesterday's sourdough, so I'm going to slice it up and use it for toast for breakfast. And then each morning, because it's a 24-hour process, I start a new sourdough. So that's just going throughout the day as we're prepping, as we're doing breakfast. Every 45 minutes, stretch and fold, blah, blah, blah. And that way, we've got nice, really good sourdough for the guests. What we look for in a sourdough loaf is a nice ear, which is this kind of like crusty opening here. Little bubbles on the surface, little blisters, a nice sort of round plumpy shape. This is a big boy, like that. Sounds beautiful. Then when we cut it open, like a nice even crumb structure. So here is yesterday's loaf. So I've got that sliced up ready for toast. So you can see here, there's nice even bubbles everywhere. They're not too big, it means it's good for sandwiches and toast, nothing falls through the holes. So back to our little daily sourdough, or Joanne as we like to call her. It's quite a bit of a process. We do stretch and folds throughout the day, and then we proof her overnight in these bannetons. So I flour them to make sure she doesn't stick, and now I'm going to shake them. So I pull her into a little sausage, pinch her together, and that makes a nice loaf that is really easy for us to slice for toast and for sandwiches. And look at her, lovely and jiggly. That's what we like to see. So she's going to stay in the fridge overnight, and first thing tomorrow morning we'll turn the oven on really, really hot and put her in there. So then we cover them up to create like a little steamy environment inside, and then they go into a very hot oven. That is Celsius there. Good one today. So after about 30 minutes in the hot oven with the lid on, we take the lid off and put it back in to brown up. And you could obviously use a Dutch oven for this, but because we're baking 2 at a time, it's just easier for us if we pop them in the same tray, one in, one out, and there we go. Go. Some lovely loaves. Not the biggest ear, but still a beautiful loaf.
Oh, what is that scoring all around?
Holy moly.
What the heck?
What's happened there? Basically we score it here and we score on the sides, but
What's happened there?
she's had a bit of a mind of her own today, hasn't she, Tilly?
Yeah. That's bad. Oh well, still pretty cute though. Still cute though.
Still cute though. I have been on the quest to find the perfect hot dog bun recipe, and I think I'm starting to nail it. I've got this dough right here. So it's an enriched dough, which means it's got a fat in it. So it's got butter and it's also got milk in it. So it's basically like a brioche, except it doesn't have any eggs. So that gives us a nice soft, fluffy, like a richer texture. So yeah, let's see if this round works. Here we go.
hot dog bun.